actually thinking about taking a break and not doing a show tonight, and then a news headline popped up, and I absolutely had to. Tell me you guys have heard of Creflo Dollar. Creflo Dollar is a black evangelist who's been preaching since probably before I was born. He's one of the owners of a mega church in Atlanta. Apparently, his private jet that he flies around the globe in to preach the gospel had an engine failure recently, so he needs a new jet. According to the news reports, the jet he's eyeing is $65 million, and he has asked his congregation to donate $300 each. Has he lost his damn mind? That's half a paycheck for some people. $300 each for you to have another private jet. This jet is going to have 2 Rolls-Royce engines and the ability to get from New York to Los Angeles in 2 hours. I'm all for preaching the gospel and spreading the message of God, but do you have to do it in first class at the expense of your congregation? According to some reports, the black church has made over $70 billion since the 90s, all the way up to today. But if you look at the congregations, if you look at the actual members that attend these churches, they're not wealthy. They're not rich. They give what they can give because they believe. But that's got to be what's happening. Because for all of that money that's been made, there aren't that many mega churches. And electricity isn't that high. Neither is the payroll. So my question is, why do we have pastors riding around in all these nice vehicles, these private jets, and yet their congregation are struggling? They're barely making ends meet. They can barely pay their bills. And you want to ask them for $300 so you can get another private jet. My parents always told me, never speak ill of the messengers of the word, the messengers of God. But I don't see that here. I see somebody capitalizing off of religion. And I have always heard the quickest way to get rich is to become a pastor. But what does that say about our culture? That people are willing to be manipulated like that. That people are willing to manipulate like that. Some of y'all gonna bust hell wide open. Wide open. People gotta start waking up. And I guarantee you my video's not gonna change nothing. He's still gonna get that jet. People in his congregation are still gonna pay the $300 for him to get the jet. I don't know how much money Creflo Dollar is putting in for this jet. This jet that he and his family and his small staff are going to ride on to evangelize. It's just funny to me that you would take from the very people that you were sent here to protect. You're supposed to be a shepherd, and you're shearing your sheep. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I understand that you got to get your word out, and of course you're going to want to travel across the globe. There are better and cheaper ways to do it. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of it. You know, people will get up there in front of that pulpit and they'll be preaching and preaching all day. And their stuff will sound real good. And then you realize when you go home to your 1 or 2 bedroom place, the person that was preaching to you was going home to a 5 or 6 bedroom mansion. What? That honestly blows me away. You got some balls on you. You're going to ask everybody in your congregation for $300 a piece for you to get a $65 million jet. I want to know who the people are in this man's congregation, to be honest. I want a list of the people that give him the $300. Because I'm going to write you a letter. Let me hold something. Shit. I don't even need $300. 50. 50 from all of y'all, just for me. If y'all give him the jet, 50 just for me. And then people wonder why there's such a rise in moving away from the church. Just moving away from religion, period. And it's because all these wolves have come in here and they've taken all the true hopes and ideals that religion instills in someone. They have been able to harness the spirituality, that true faith of the true believer, and turn it into a money-making opportunity. And they've manipulated it in such a way that they make you feel less spiritual, less religious if you don't give your money. I went to a church in Savannah about 2 months ago, and before they preached a word or anything, they asked me for my credit card number. They had a whole PowerPoint presentation up there about why it's imperative that they assess how much money I make so that they can determine how much they should take out of my credit card every week. I sat there and I was like, are you kidding me? We literally sat in there for an hour, and that's what they talked about for an hour. I didn't hear nothing about God. They're talking about my money. And when you got people out there reading your pockets like that, me coming from a Christian background, I grew up in that. But if I had not grown up in it, hell no. Hell no. I'm not going to church. That's what I would say. I'm not going back to church because this is clearly a scam. And no, they didn't get my money. I left. I actually went to another church that day and I got a really good message out of it. But that's neither here nor there. The point of the matter is, when greed is your foundation, but the message you preach is supposed to be saving people's souls, and other people see that you're not doing that, they're gonna Creflo Dollar. Isn't your last name Dollar? Don't you have the money for this? Let me hold some. But honestly, sweetheart, no, he don't love you. He loves the idea of you. He likes having sex with you. He likes knowing that you're available whenever he wants you. You're a call girl. I hate to be rude, but you're a call girl. Whenever I call, you're gonna pick up. And whenever I need you, you're gonna come. I'm sorry that you think that's love. You miss something along the way, because if he loved you, he wouldn't treat you that way. Granted, people are gonna make mistakes in life, but that's not love. That man don't love you. And how could he love you though? You don't love yourself. You accept the fact that if he's not cheating on you, he don't love you. It sounds to me like he's giving you what you want. But then maybe you don't know what you want. Hell, you don't even know what love is. Write me back. Write me back. And for all of the viewers listening tonight, maybe write back in the comments and give this lady some help too. But I want to know what you guys think love is. And if you think you can truly love somebody else if you don't love yourself. How could you? If your life's not in order, how can you take on the burdens of someone else's if yours isn't together? In any case, it's been good. I have fun talking to you guys about all the topics tonight. Again, I'll post links in the description below so you guys can check out that information on Creflo Dollar and a couple other things I'm probably going to put down there. If you like the video, like and subscribe. Make sure you share it with your friends and keep calling a spade a spade. A rose by any other name is still a rose, motherfucker.